Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night. Welcome back to Abstract Medicine. I do hope you are doing well. I always start these readings like that, don't I? And I really truly mean it. I do hope you are doing well and that you are safe and that you know that you are loved. And if you don't feel loved, know that I love you. Thank you for being here on the journey on Abstract Medicine for a long time, or for a new time. And we're going to have a look at some messages for the collective. Obviously, a lot of you are aware of what's going on in Los Angeles, and you know, LA is my second home, so I have it really close to my heart and what's going on there. My heart is totally broken, and my boyfriend is safe, and he's there right now. And all my friends are safe at this time, but a lot of people that we know have had to evacuate. A lot of artists have lost everything. Architecture friends of my boyfriend have lost everything. Businesses that we used to go to have been devastated. Restaurants that we would go to, gone. I honestly didn't really want to get out of bed this morning, but I thought, well, I've got to. It's going to be a cozy chat conversational video today, so get cozy. If you're still in bed, then get your blanket covered up to your neck. If it's very chilly where you are, it's very chilly here in England at this time. And yeah, get yourself a cup of tea. I've just had some toast with some peanut butter. I've also got my nice fruit drink. For those of you who want to know, it's got collagen powder in it. That's why I remain so youthful. No, it's actually a new beauty regime that I've been doing the last 2 months, collagen powder. And it's got banana and grapes, red grapes, and ginger as well. And then I've got my coffee here. My second one of the day. I just maximum 2 a day. So yeah, get cozy, get comfortable, pause the video if you like. If you're able to, and you're in LA right now, or in California, or you're in the States and you just need a complete distraction and a cozy time, then you found me here at the right place and time. I'm sending you so much love. I'm not sure if I'll be crying in this video, but I love all of you a lot, and I hope that you know that, and I hope that you know that your angels, ancestors and guides love you and are protecting you and doing the best that they can with your free will in mind, of course, and with the acknowledgement of the law of the universe, the acknowledgement of the law of God at this time too. Okay, so let's start the reading with my gorgeous Japanese incense. The only reason why I'm burning this incense is because I've run out of the other incenses that I normally have, which I normally burn is patchouli and what's the other one I have usually? Patchouli and I can't remember. My mind's gone blank. It's been an interesting couple of days. You know, obviously worried about my friends, family, soul family in Los Angeles. I don't actually have any blood family in LA anymore. My cousin from Rome lived, for those of you who don't know, I'm also Italian, by the way. I'm Italian and British, and dual nationality. She is an editor for Hollywood. I come from a very creative family. But yeah, she's no longer living in LA. She lives in Albuquerque, so I'm glad that she's there. But yeah, so the cards that came out to me the most to look at today for all of you were these cards, the Mother Peace Tarot. Let's just have a look. Let's just get into it, shall we? Thank you, angels, ancestors, guides, for this reading. Thank you for helping us to see the medicine in the situation that we are encountering on a global scale, and also on the World Wide Web, which obviously affects us personally in our lives. Now, the time of this reading, I think it's I forgot my watch. Is it the 10th? I think it's the 10th today and it's a very picturesque view outside. Let me see if I can show you what I can see, because it's a very white, picturesque view. I have absolutely no idea if you could see any of that, but yeah, it's very... You could probably just see my neighbour's garden. All the rooftops are white, and it's very, very crispy and blue in tone. You know, the light in the morning is actually like a blue light in the morning, and it really helps us to wake up. That's also another reason why the apps and our phones have a cover of a blue light. It kind of it's a stimulating colour. Fun fact from your artist friend. Okay, so let me just have a sip of this. I think I'm going to title this video, "What Do You Need to Know Right Now?" For those of you who are unaware, I do actually still, and I'm continuing to conduct readings and sessions for all of you, so I am available at this time too. So I'd appreciate it if you want to, of course, come ahead and book a session with me. You're more than welcome to, and of course you can donate to the charity of your cause, donate to people who really need your support right now as well, or give them some time, give them your energy, give them a hug if they are wanting a hug. For those of you who are in Los Angeles, I know that there's clothing that's also being donated as well in certain areas around Los Angeles. Okay, so let's have a look. So we have the Seven of Swords. How interesting is that? What we need to know right now. So this card looks like, I just heard in Italian, sono circondata, which means I am surrounded. So what we need to know right now is that the vulnerable people, particularly in Los Angeles, are feeling surrounded, obviously, by the threat of this fox, which would be an indication of danger to livestock, livelihood, and danger incoming. I don't feel like there's an ending just yet, but I do feel that obviously the firefighters are doing the best that they can to contain the threat continuing to come in, but they are human beings themselves. They also have limited water resources, from what I understand. Conspiratorially or not, this is what's happening at this time. Okay, but I do see that there is something here. I just pulled out a match, and two matches came out, matchsticks. One is very, very thin, as you can see. One is very, very thick. I feel like this is connected to the twin flame. So what's happening right now in Los Angeles, and my twin flame is actually in Los Angeles, is also, for a lot of my friends who are awakened or who are open-minded, let's say, spiritually speaking, and they may not necessarily use the same terminology that I do or that you do, spirit chat. They know that they're going through an ascension or some sort of initiation. I've actually had my soul friends confirm this to me. But I feel like the masculine in this divine partnership, wherever you are, remember, you don't have to be based in LA, you don't have to have people in Los Angeles. This isn't just a Los Angeles reading. This is what you need to know right now. I'm just connected with my focus in Los Angeles, as you can understand. My heart is there. So but what you need to know right now is that the divine partnership at this time is currently going through a complete overhaul. I do feel like the masculine is being tested, if you will. I also get the sense that there is a mother and child energy here. So I am picking up on Madonna and her child, Mother Mary and her child, you know, La Madonna. I'm also hearing the word, the name La Llorona. So La Llorona is the woman who cries. You know, La Llorona can also be Mother Mary, who cries in empathy and compassion for the loss of life and pain of others. But there's also a mythology in Latin America where there is a weeping, crying entity as well that can be heard, which is female. So I just find that interesting that that's there. But anyway, let me light this up and see what happens, and see if there is a pyromancy reading energy here. Wow. So the small one just went out, and the large one, and now I'm hearing the song "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John. So I'm going to put that there. I'm seeing this as the masculine, just because of the size of it, and the thinner one, I would say, and the smaller one is, let's say, more fragile. Energetically, that would be physically the female. This would be the masculine. So they're still standing. I do feel like the masculine here in this dynamic is almost spent, but they're holding on. They're holding on at this time. I'm also seeing that the masculine needs help right now, and they don't necessarily know how to ask. So this could be men in general. You know, men in the West in particular find it difficult to ask for help. They're always very quick to be of service to others, and we respect and love that about men in general. But I do feel that we need to give the masculine as a group and as a community and as an energy support and acknowledgement for the pain that they're going through as well at this time. Okay. There was someone actually on one of the viral social media videos of a man who was crying after saving a dog that wasn't even his, and he was saying, "I'm sorry, I'm crying right now, but this is just really emotional." Now, even in the midst of disaster, certain men find it difficult to admit that it's okay to cry. And now I'm hearing the song by The Cure, "Boys Don't Cry." So I feel like this is also connected right now with how we can balance. Now the two crows have come to the tree, listening in on the reading. Look, we have 7 of Wands here, fire, and all of the women here in the circle. We have another 7, interesting. And the 5 of Wands, which came out yesterday in yesterday's reading about conflict and fire. And don't be quick to alarm, don't be quick to be agitated or provoked. Cool your own flames. But yeah, what was I saying? You see, my brain's just been, yeah, I've been under a lot of shock, I'll be honest with you. So my brain's just trying to deal, essentially. But yeah, I feel like the masculine is holding on and showing strength, but there's also obviously a massive level of vulnerability. Now, this is where, in times of crisis, where women and men and people in general really show themselves, show their best attributes, and can also show their worst attributes too. Attributes not so much, because it can also be something that is a response that could be on account of past trauma. Okay, so some people deal very well in crisis and some people just don't. Luckily, the people that I love and know deal very well in crisis, so they know how to act and are ready, and also willing and able to be of service and support to others. But I feel like the masculine here kind of feels a bit alone. I'm also seeing the chickens actually also now in this energy, as I'm channeling, as women. So women are very quick to connect with others and find, now this of course is this is a generalization, but they find it easy to be of service and community and in the way of nurturing, just naturally speaking. the feminine energy. So my phone camera just decided to stop at the end of my sentence, and it showed me that my phone storage was full. Now, I feel like that's obviously very connected, isn't it? It's about our resources being completely depleted, but we have to find ways to offload some of that resource to others. So it could be about asking for help, and again, being there for community or for people that really need it. Let me I'm not someone to say I told you so. I'm not someone to say, this is divine retribution. I'm not going to say certain people deserve it. Like this is not the time or the place to do that. This is a time for a lot of you, a lot of us in the community to show up and show out, in support and solidarity. Okay, so I just want to share that with you. So let's have a look at the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. See if there's some messages in here, my lovelies. As I said, get cozy, get comfy, get your notes, journaling. I know a lot of you are really hibernating at this time and really appreciating these videos, so that's why I'm kind of uploading them more so as well. It's also my way of supporting the community and just focusing out and not just wallowing in my own, I don't know, helplessness, essentially. Okay. What do we need to know right now, Spirit? There's a lot of cards. This one, and then this one, and this one. Oh my goodness, and this one, and this one. That's it. So I'm going to look at these all in order, and we're going to begin. We have the Six of Air, Six of Swords. Oof. So what we need, I'm going to do a fire round for all of these cards, okay? Let me just put them all down. Let me just bring them all down, okay? So we've got the Six of Swords. Remember, everything is connected. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning, but I did, and I ended up putting the laundry on. It's on now. I had a shower, and then I wanted to have a bath, so I did that. And in the bath, I put Epsom salts in there. So take care of your own flames. Take care of your own needs. I felt trauma in my physical body. I've experienced a fire twice in Los Angeles, and I know what it's like to evacuate, but also to feel the trauma and the terror of so many people around you, and then also seeing the ash in the atmosphere and breathing it in. It's horrifying. So the physical body, even though it's not currently there in Los Angeles, still feels that pain. And I know a lot of you are very sensitive, but generally speaking, humans are very responsive to the energies of others, whether they want to admit it or not, or whether they want to, see that as true or not, then that's fine. But this is a natural response of human beings. We are a natural animal, packed, people. So when our community, when our pack is affected, that we feel that wherever we are in the world, particularly if you are on a twin flame journey where you feel on a cellular level, on a soul level, emotionally speaking, and on a physical level and psychically, everything that your soul flame is going through, you're going through that too with them, so all you've got to do, and I'm saying that myself as well, is to hold space for them in the best way that you can, in the best way that you can. And this could be something that you could be doing is, okay, well, again, I was in the bath this early morning and I was like, well, I can't fill from an empty cup. That was a teaching yesterday. So I've got to look after myself, because if I'm not strong and I feel good in my body, and that I'm not strong physically, but also strength physically has an effect on our strength spiritually. I think I've shared this with you in the collective before, and this is very, very true. If you feel physically weak, then you're also going to open up holes in your aura that could invite negative and low vibrational energies in your home, in your body, to deplete your energy, to deplete your strength, to deplete you completely, and that will stop you from focusing on your life purpose and your life path. I have things to do. You know, I've got applications to fill at this time, and I've got to be in the right space to do that. But if my body is not well, then my mind is not well. And I always say this too: mente sana, corpo sana. Mind healthy, body healthy. And I know a lot of you are doing exercise and just gentle movements, doing a bit of yoga, doing a bit of dancing. That's fine. Do that. Do whatever feels really good to you. We have a counselor here. The other message I wanted to share is that it's a full moon. It's a full moon. And on the 13th, I believe, there is going to be the North Node moving to Pisces. And obviously it's opposite. The South Node would be Virgo. That's going to be taking change. So there's a North Node and South Node change happening soon. Thought. Mars is also in retrograde at this time too. Mars is the god of war, the god of fire, and typically associated with men, okay, and war and fire and anger. This year is a Mars year. 2025 is a Mars year. Number 9. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1, 5, another 5 is 9. 4 and 5 is 9. So numerologically it's a 9 year, and number 9 is associated with Mars, the color red, war, flames, inflammation. You know, so right now in astrology we have Mars currently in retrograde, and I believe it's also in Cancer. So there's something to do with Cancer here as well. Now Virgo did come up in the last reading yesterday with paying attention to the details, but also paying attention to the small things so they don't build up and create resentment, or, you know, built up anger that then could just be lashed out and it can be very explosive. But it's paying attention to the details. Now remember, Virgo is also about health and medicine, and Cancer is about emotions. So I know a lot of you who have a very prominent presence on social media, and you use your social platform, whatever it may be, or all of them, as a viable business for yourself. This is your opportunity to really stand up for what you believe in and to share what is true for you at the risk of your own brand and business, essentially. And I know a lot of you are doing that. You know, you're sharing your light in the way that you feel is fit for you. We have the 9 of Air. So this is a message about being emotionally true. Now remember, the masculine with the fire and pyromancy we looked at is finding it difficult to maybe ask for help, or even just show solemnity, be expressive emotionally. Now a Cancer and a Mars placement is just not compatible whatsoever. Cancer is ruled by the moon, being very emotional about the subconscious and the hidden realms, the dream space, but also the spiritual and feminine energy. The moon, as we know, is associated with the mother and is associated with the home, and I would say also our values. But if Mars is in retrograde, which means Mars is at a regression, is at a depletion of its own energy. Mars is very active and is very energetic, but when it's in retrograde, for me intuitively, that says that anything crazy could happen without thought, without emotional intelligence, which would be the Cancer energy. So what we need to know right now is we've got to be prepared for the energy of masculinity just energetically in the world, in nature, just doing a completely off move that we don't necessarily anticipate. And that's something that we've got to be prepared for. Now, in nature, that does happen, you know. We can only predict so much about how the weather is going to be, right? We could say that the fires are going to dissipate completely one minute, but they may not, and may take a completely different U-turn the next. And that would be the energy of, for me intuitively, of Mars being in retrograde. Mars in retrograde is also, for me intuitively, and not astrologically, for me intuitively, is about not thinking at all and just going on a complete rampage. I am, and I will confess, very concerned over obviously this is my nature, I'm very concerned over the women and children and the vulnerable at this time who have lost their homes in Los Angeles. I'm very concerned over them. And there are people who are possessed in Los Angeles by a dark entity there, and I've seen it myself and I've experienced it, who, and anywhere in the world, take the opportunity of a crisis like this to cause harm on people. You know, there are people who are completely vulnerable. They're vulnerable to the elements at this time. They're vulnerable to this right here. So I'm concerned about the shelters. I'm concerned about the safety of the people in the shelters, and to a great extent also the animals. But we want to make sure that we're sending protective angels there to protect the mothers and the children there, and the vulnerable and the animals, and just, yeah, people who can't essentially physically defend themselves, okay, from threat. And now with this kind of image, I'm reminded of what's happening, what had happened also during the duration of the Palestine and Israel conflict. And at a time when in Gaza there were people finding shelter in a hospital or in hospitals, the threat came in still there, you know. So we're not out of the woods just yet. We're not out of the woods just yet. There, you know, we know that there's got to be better implementation of support and rescue, because the Santa Ana winds, they come every single year. This time around, every year, clockwork, like clockwork, it happens every year. It's no surprise. Water's got to be available, you know. But yeah, there's something here where we get to have compassion for people who are going through a lot right now. Okay, we've got the Seven of Earth, Seven of Pentacles. We have love with number 12. We have number 9, Nine of Earth. Beautiful energy. We have number 8, the 8 of Air. We've got the Lovers. Again, this came out yesterday, remember? We were talking about the twin flame dynamic. So this is again, this is an ascension, this is a test, this is a loving bond. Beautiful card, gorgeous card. We have the Sage, we've got our Virgo energy here. I know, I always just like have my beautiful, but they want to be part of the, you want to stay in the video, yeah, you do. It's like, but I don't want to move them, and they're like, I want to stay too. So they're like, yeah, I'm just going to leave them there. I'm not going to move them. We have the Mother, gorgeous Taurian energy, and we have Mother Earth here. Gosh, a thought just came in. I was thinking about cancer sufferers, people who were going through medication, you know, healing through cancer at this time as well, and also I'm picking up on people who are pregnant as well at this time. Abundance, this came out upside down, but I'm taking it upright. It's the energy of feeling lack, you know. We have the Child, gorgeous. And we have, lastly, Union. Okay. So absolutely beautiful spread, as you can see. Beautiful spread. The good news is that throughout everything, throughout and even within adversity and lack and concern, we push through, we move on. Six of Swords, we move on, we find calmer waters, and the new beginning does begin. I do see union here. I see a lot of love. I do see a lot of support as well. I do feel an energy of an entity working here at this time. I mean, entities always work with me anyway, but particularly with regard to Los Angeles, but I would say generally on this earth, there are, I don't know why I keep hearing wayfarers, and I don't know what a wayfarer is. So if you know what a wayfarer is, put it down in the comments, please, because I have absolutely no idea. But I do see an entity here that is incredibly loving, that's overseeing every conflict that is taking place at this time in this world on planet Earth. Okay, I am seeing that. And I'm also seeing Archangel Michael working very, very hard at this time too, against the dragon, which would be Satan here. This, for me, reminds me of Archangel Michael. For those of you who have a really strong connection with Michael, talk to him, ask for his protection. He is the police officer, essentially, in the Archangel realm. Okay. He's the main security guard. He's also a very close ally to Jesus as well. So there's a fight between good and evil here. I am hearing that. I am hearing that. And whatever has been lost, it will be found. Now, this is something that came up, I can't remember, this morning or yesterday. I can't actually remember. But I was thinking about lost angels, Los Angeles. And I was thinking about that. The angels that have been lost will be found. So even in all of this craziness, and how the angels of heaven chose to leave out of pride, vanity, greed, lust, desire for their own whims and fancies, they were cast into a pit of hell where light, not even light, would enter. And for those of you who have read Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, you'll understand how important those poems are, those books are, particularly at this time, and how important Revelations in the Bible is at this time too. Prayer is a form of support for the good and is a great container of light. And there are angels, I'm picking up on yesterday energetically, that there are angels who are fallen, who reside in Los Angeles, who may still have hope for salvation. And that's the energy that I was picking up on yesterday, energetically. Now, even in chaos and eons, God's mercy still shines. And that is an act of absolute love. It is. And it's very moving. You know, it's very, very moving. Even after betrayal. Imagine having children and all you do is love them and you want the best for them, and they betray you in such a way where it's to the point of unforgiveness. God still forgives his children who have betrayed him. Now, for me, God is in everything. Like, God is here in the water, you know. God is absolutely everywhere. And it's the answer to everything. God is the answer to everything. Which means love is the answer to everything, isn't it? So what you need to know right now is that there are angels and archangels, and I am hearing species, even a form of AI, but I feel like they're from another star system, another galactic system. I'm going to have to do a reading actually with Commander Ashtar, because I really feel like he's been trying to get through to me for the last few days, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll channel you through, yeah, don't worry. But I actually am gonna have to do that, okay? I promise, Commander Ashtar. But there is an entity here, because I'm seeing it here in this card. Now, for those of you, like for example, Beth here, shout out to Beth, lovely abstract medicine friend as well. She also recently purchased this deck. Now, I'll just say to Beth, you may not be seeing these cards the way that I see them. Just like anyone who sees, you know, uses tarot in any way, you'll see it in your own way. But for me right now, and these cards speak to me in such a shamanic way, but for me right now, this card is reminding me of an entity that is not of this planet, is from a different, I'm hearing a galactic star system that's different from ours, highly advanced technologically, immensely intelligent, and I feel deals with artificial intelligence, I would say for the good, okay? That entity or that group of people, or this particular person who's coming through as I'm hearing a sovereign state, interesting, they're coming through to share the message that they are also here to protect planet Earth of complete and utter combustion and catastrophe on a global scale that would be massively detrimental to the whole globe. This is kind of like preventing, you know, nuclear war. You know, it's one of those. Now, I know that energetically it's very heightened at this time. Hello, Crow friend. There's another one up there. It just went saying hi. They are definitely here protecting us, you know. Now, what you need to know right now is that union is here already. union is here in many different ways, in love, in your partnership with your significant other, I just heard the number 24 could be significant. We're 24 minutes in, or the second part of this reading is, and 2 and 4 is a 6. Okay, and number 6 is the month of June. My birthday is the 24th of February, and I felt like taking my hair clips out. Now this could be a time where you could feel a bit more loose, you know, loosened up and more relaxed around this time, around June month. But this number 6 could be significant too. Now remember, if number 9 is this year and is a close connector point to this year, then number 6 would be its opposite, which 6 and 9, as you know, is Cancer. It's 69. Yes, it's also a Kama Sutric position, who cares? But it is that union, actually. You know, Kama Sutra is that union of divine souls enacting pure love, yoga and ecstasy, in worship, in prayer, physically, energetically, spiritually, to God. That is what Tantra is. So I am seeing that there is a reshaping of so if you can hear the crows, I think there's a reshaping of how you get to see what love is. You know, there is a new beginning here. You know what I love about nature overall, it always, hello crow friend, I'll let 2 of them, let me see if I can show you. Will you stay there? Stay there, don't move. Can you see them? I don't know if you saw them or not, but I waved. I think they were quite happy. But nature always prevails. It always prevails. And I'm seeing little animals, little baby animals, surviving, growing, and drinking the water that is so needed at this time as well. That a lot of you are leaving out in your porch, in your houses, the ones that are still standing. Again, there's that song, I'm Still Standing. There's a great sense of pride, a great sense of love among the loss, okay? And there's a great amount of abundance here in community, which was channeled yesterday. What you need to know is that your wisdom is continuing to support, nurture the community. Your self-love and nourishment for you first, putting your own mask on first before you put the mask on others or help others, is absolutely immensely important as well, I'm hearing. Focus on your own needs being met first. The crows are going crazy. What is it? They're just going crazy, like cats. You know, when they kind of play up because they know that you're on the phone, or dogs do that too. The crows are doing that right now. Like, I want your attention. You have my attention, but I'm trying to channel. The earth will, and you will, the earth and you. The crows come back. Hi friend. This has been a chaotic reading, I know, but here we are. The earth and you will find center, you'll find peace, you'll find love in the way that you wish for it to be. I'm also picking up on Noah's Ark as well. So even after the flood, there's new propagation, and this is the child. This is the energy of the child. Now, I would not be surprised if a lot of people at this time are making love and wishing for a new earth at this time, and making babies and replenishing the earth. The counselor, for me, is reminding me of is, you know, she would be the Queen of Cups, but she's reminding me of the goddess of the sea, which came in yesterday. If the god of the sea is Neptune, the goddess of the sea would be Oshun. If the god of the sea is the King of Cups, the goddess of the sea is the Queen of Cups. And as I say that, 2 birds just flew on my neighbour's aerial, completely in sync. The third one's just appeared too. That reminds me of 2 of Cups, which is here. 2 lovers, partnership, harmony, union. 3 of Cups is, and they've just flown off, is community, friends, celebration, fun, joy, ceremony, love. And getting emotional right now because it's needed. I really truly love my friends so much. And I look forward to the day that we're able to just all be together and just have fun again. And I feel the pain that you're going through. And I love you all so much. I know even if we haven't met, you are a friend to me too. Within the next few weeks, you're going to find the solution that you need. Within the next few weeks, you're going to be seeing Los Angeles being rebuilt. Within the next few weeks, you're going to be seeing change for prosperity and stability. There's a new beginning happening here with a child. Now I know that conspiratorially there have been plans to create a new LA by 2028, and this has been part of the plan. I don't want to put my energy there. I just want to focus on the new beginning that is supportive to the community and supportive to light workers, supportive to the earth in general. And maybe this is all divinely orchestrated. I don't have all the answers. All I do is sit here and try to be of service in the best way that I can and channel. I just heard 0 from ground 0 up. From ground 0 up. I can't help but think this is some sort of reset as well. Not the right time. Okay, what you need to know is something is not quite ready just yet. Meditation brings answers. Now with this card and this card here, as you can see, it's about balance. It's about being in peace and about prayer, connecting to God, connecting with community. Now remember, in community we want to be there and supportive, and we're wanting to, you know, to support and to heal and to nurture. We don't have all the answers for our fellow friends or for anyone really. We just hold space. You know, we offer a hug if you believe. Archangel Metatron's energy here. Let's pull one more card, why not? The situation will improve. Communicate clearly. Beautiful. I do feel like the entities of the ocean, I'm picking up on beings. Now I know a lot of you have also been coming to me about snakes and how obviously it's connected to 2025 as well, and how we have a snake here and drinking a little bowl of water. We have a snake around her staff here, the mother's staff. The owl also being a sign of UFOs as well, and also the snake of the Kundalini rising between both lovers of the twin flame journey as well, being the masculine and the feminine, the eagle and the wolf. But I know that a lot of you have been going through these senses or awareness of snakes. You've been seeing them, or in whichever capacity, and I'm seeing this as there's something here where some of you are going through a DNA activation. A DNA activation can also be ancestral. So some of you are getting flashbacks, awareness, awakenings, about something that could have happened in another lifetime that's been similar to what you're going through at this time, personally, whatever it may be. But I'm getting a very strong sense that there are lots of entities around planet Earth, more so than usual. They come in closer, particularly at a point of catastrophic change or a tilt in the timeline that could change our future to its detriment. So they sort of flip the balance. And again, we talk about balance a lot recently, about how the scales are needing to be tipped back into a position where there is truth and justice. You'll see that in your own way, but I do see that there are entities of the ocean coming in, observing. Now, we did see there were lots of dolphins, weren't there? Lots and lots of dolphins on the coast of the Pacific, just coming in massive waves. You know, dolphins and humans have a very, very strong connection because they remember in their DNA. They're also psychic and highly intelligent mammals, but they remember a time, and there are places still in the world, in I think Southeast Asia, where fishermen would fish with the dolphins. So maybe it's their way of helping out with the fires somehow, or saying, look, we're here, we know, we appreciate, we support, you know. And then we've got the energies of the artificial intelligence being aware as well, of the good-natured ones from other galactic planets, I'm hearing, that want to support as well. And maybe share out good information or how it's important. My video cut out again, but I'm going to close this reading soon. But I will say that, you know, the cat's just walked across as well. But I see that there is a message here from AI that there is an importance of community and communication in general. So, and how, you know, how significant it is and how impactful it can be. You know. So, let's move these cards out of the way. You only take the best with you. When you move into the other life, the next realm, but you take your karmic debts with you too. Be wise, don't be a fool. Try to move on quickly as you can from pain. Think smart. Ace of Swords. Find different ways of communicating. Find innovative ways to communicate, to reach out, to support. For those of you who've been wanting to have a baby, it wasn't the right time at the time. My mind just went blank. I have here an Abstract Medicine Collective, a member who I believe actually lives in Los Angeles, and I'm gonna have to reach out to her and see how she's doing. She had a planned trip to Hawaii, but I want to see how she's doing. But yes, it wasn't the right time, and you know why it wasn't the right time now, in height of everything that you could be going on with personally or what's happening around you. But they're coming in, your child is coming in energetically saying, now do you realise that it wasn't the right time? And it will be. We have the Six of Earth upside down, which would indicate there is a need for reciprocity, a need of giving with the Ace of Earth as well. I do see some of you are going to be starting a new career, a new job soon as well. And here we have death and rebirth. Sadly, we know that there is that in this world, but whatever is happening at this time is also ushering in a complete overhaul of change into a new stability that's rising in, with the hope of this new beginning, this child. I'm going to leave it here, sending you lots of love and protection your way, and I'll see you in the next reading with a Commander Ashtar reading. Lots of love to you. Bye for now.